so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Washington football team. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. Into the secondary past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lewis. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the fourth quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on first and goal.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
53, Mike, 53. I'm scared. 53 to Mike, 53, check 53.
They'll try again with Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be third and goal now. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a third and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this time he is in. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Second and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge play there for Washington.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up. He's coming. Double up.
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
53. Over. 53 for Mike. 53. Check 53.
Rodgers going to throw. He's got it complete to Perkins. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Packers on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing is Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdes-Scantling. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jonathan Allen able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at about the 31. There he goes, left side.
One play at a time.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So call off the pick 6.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
This is caught. Touchdown. Mercedes Lewis. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Kevin King with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one that flips on the tape. He's like, oh, I should have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And got his man complete. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Now back to throw.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin as the first half is winding down.
And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining.
Jones with a nice game there on first down as he takes us forward and call it a pickup of 6.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. DeAndre Carter returning it.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Washington going to send out their punter.
And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike 53. 53. Mike.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. 555, 555. So we got man.
Here's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So that'll back him up 5. On now is the Packers punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch.
Let's go.
A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Back to throw now on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A gain of 6 there on first. Second and 4. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Now they try the right side here. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel, and he'll be out of bounds.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
I tell you what, credit is due there for them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 42-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
On play action, Rodgers. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter.
And he'll get them inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action.
Let's go, boys.
You
Let's
are
go.
watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal.
53's the mark. 53. 70.
Jones. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
You want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Let's get that ball, Randy. Deuce. Slam.
Dillon.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
I'm coming after you.
To throw is Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tie game, fourth quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down and 7.
Looking to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington has taken the lead. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Washington 21, Packers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Rodgers to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Caught by Cobb. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st down, Jones. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. To throw is Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Rodgers to throw.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Now Crosby for the point after. And we may very well be headed to overtime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have a little bit of time here to get in the field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. And here come the whistles on a timeout with 7 seconds left.
And any offensive lineman getting ready to try and block Zadarius Smith knows he's in for a long ball game. 26 sacks in his first 2 years in Green Bay, including 12 and a half in 2020.
2nd and 20.
He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw of overtime for Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure of the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Right back to him on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take